Hello there, my name is Jay. Let's take a look at IELTS Writing Task 2, Advantages, Disadvantages. This one's a little bit different. Okay, on test day, what you need to do is analyze the task very carefully and plan your essay accordingly. And you should be spending about 4 minutes on this step. You'll then use an appropriate structure for the task and your plan, okay? And you will have to be flexible here. There is no set structure for an essay type. Then you're going to write your essay according to your structure and plan with the criteria in mind. This will take you over 30 minutes. And what you need to do is at the end, leave some time to check your work for silly errors. All right, let's think about analyzing the task and how to plan. So here's the task here. It says some experts believe it is better for children to begin learning a foreign language at primary school rather than secondary school. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? The advantages of what? Let's read it again. Some experts believe it's better for children to begin learning a foreign language at primary school rather than secondary school. Do the advantages of learning a language at primary school outweigh the disadvantages of learning a language at primary school? Okay, so is it better for them to do this or not? Okay, so let's plan this essay. Ultimately, what I need to do is I need to think of the advantages of studying a foreign language at primary school. What are some advantages? What are some disadvantages of studying a foreign language at primary school? Okay, once I've got the advantages and the disadvantages, I then need to decide which one I think is better. Is it better to study a foreign language at primary school or not? My plan might look like this. I'll come up with the positives, I'll come up with some negatives, and then I'm going to clearly articulate or state my view. So in terms of positives, well, it's easier to become fluent if learning starts early. High school may be too late. The second positive of studying a foreign language at primary school is being bilingual brings cognitive, professional, and social benefits. Okay, so that's looking pretty good in terms of an overall winner. Let's have a look at the negatives though. So some think it is too confusing for young kids to learn a new language. Some think it can impact their learning overall. And you might notice here that I'm using some because I don't really believe this. Some other people believe this, and I'm going to have to talk about those disadvantages. Finally, I'm going to come up with my view, which is that advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. Okay, now let's put this into a structure. And again, I'm going to choose my paragraphing structure based on the task and based on my plan. Maybe you've just seen that I'm probably going to use a double paragraph structure because I need to talk about advantages and disadvantages, plural. So the structure that I'll follow today will look like this. I'll have my introduction with a good background statement setting the context of the essay. I'll then write a specific statement based on the task, and I'll provide an answer. I'll say what I'm going to write about plus my position. In body paragraph 1, my double idea paragraph, I'm going to say the side I disagree with. I'm going to talk about the disadvantages first. Often this is a more powerful way to write your essay, where you talk about the thing I don't agree with and follow it up with the thing that you do agree with. And that's what I'll do in body paragraph 2. I'll talk about the side I agree with and the advantages. I'll finish with a conclusion that has a broad statement which summarizes the arguments as well as my opinion. More specifically, I'm going to write a double idea paragraph that will consist of an umbrella or topic sentence. Point 1, the disadvantage 1, I'll extend that. Point 2, disadvantage 2, and I'll extend that. In body paragraph 2, I'll have my umbrella sentence that I'll talk about advantages. I'll talk about advantage 1, I'll extend that. I'll talk about advantage 2, and I'll extend that. Basically, these paragraph structures have mirrored my plan. If you remember my plan, I came up with 2 advantages, 2 disadvantages, so I'm using these double idea paragraphs to mirror that. Okay, let's now write the essay with the criteria in mind. Firstly, let's refresh our memory as to what the criteria are. There is task response, coherence, cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. It consists of these critical elements, and these are what the IELTS examiners are looking for in your essay. And if you miss these, okay, or don't do it properly, your score is going to go down. If you include these things, your score is going to go up, and that's what you want. Pause the video and take a quick look. Okay, let's take a look at the sample. So, some experts believe it is better for children to begin learning a foreign language at primary school rather than secondary school. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? This essay covers the criteria very well. It's used the double idea paragraph here to talk about the disadvantages. It's used a double idea paragraph here to talk about the advantages. And in task response, which includes covering all parts of the question, presenting a clear position, extending ideas and staying on topic, if we look closely here at presenting a clear position, you can see that in the introduction, I have written, I feel that there are far more significant advantages. In the third paragraph there, when it comes to learning a language, it is definitely a case of the younger the better. And in the final paragraph, the conclusion, I've again put my position. I've said, in my view, blah, 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 blah. Throughout that essay, it is very apparent or clear to the examiner what it is that I believe. Do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? In terms of coherence and cohesion, the essay is organized logically, it's used paragraphs and linking devices appropriately. In terms of vocabulary, well, there's a wide range, it's precise, and it's spelled correctly. In terms of grammar, well, there's a wide range of sentence structures, there's some complex sentences, the grammar is accurate, and the punctuation is correct. Okay, let's now check our work because there are common errors in these essays like subject-verb agreement or the wrong article, or maybe you've used a different word form, etc. I've made a few highlights here of some errors. So see if you can identify what these errors are, and more importantly, see if you can fix them. Okay, so here are the fixed errors. So there's an article error there, a different verb tense. It was a past tense verb, perceived, not perceive, a different be verb, a plural noun, a good discourse marker, etc. Okay, so on test day, what you need to do is analyze the task carefully and plan your essay accordingly. Spend about 4 minutes doing this before you start writing your essay. Don't just look at the essay prompt, the task, and then just start writing, okay? Plan accordingly because it can be very tricky. Follow the structure or a structure that is best suited to your plan. Write with the criteria in mind, and before the time has run out, make sure you check your work. Cool, that's it. Now it's time for you to write one of these essays.